Another, almost like a myth, is that back issues are directly correlated to core. It's often heard, I got back problems because my core is really weak. Well, the chances are the core is probably not that weak. If your core was that weak, you would have really, really poor posture. The chances are it's probably more of an exercise prescription issue. It's probably a coordination problem that's going on. And it's probably a lack of learning where to contract from and then what exercises to execute in order to build a better, sort of stronger abdominals. Classic examples of core stuff are obviously, let's get into our sit-ups. But the problem with some of these sit-ups is if we're already really tight through here, particularly in the hip flexors, through the hips, it's kind of really pointless because often you're going to start really recruiting hard through here and not as much through there. So a better alternative is let's go to some easy ones here. A bird dog. Bird dog, super easy, all four position. We're going to reach out on one side and then we're going to come back and we can touch like that. So in this position, what I'll do for a cue here is think of slightly, again with the hips, tuck the tailbone under you a little bit. As soon as you go into that position, you go slight tuck the tailbone, you would feel it a lot more into those lower abdominals rather than kind of letting yourself spill. And then now we've got a little bit of a saggy back going on. But if we go, hang on, let's just tuck that under. Cool, I've got great activation there now. I feel that exercise a hell of a lot more. And so you'll notice here as well, when I go out, I would have set my foot on the ground as well. I'd reach out nice and straight, I can come back under, reach out nice and straight. Now, for what go, that's pretty easy, mate, I can do 30 of those and it doesn't really do anything. Cool, hey, well, let's take the toes off the ground. Now let's do that same thing again, going out. Now that becomes a hell of a lot harder because I've taken away a huge base of support there. And so then you can try that now. Reaching out, back under. So, easy one there and easy to modify to make a hell of a lot harder. Dead bugs is another one. So in the dead bug position, lying the back on the back here. So back is flat to the floor. And in this position, I'll go opposite sides. So I go shoulder, thumb to the floor, heel to the floor. You might have seen I didn't go full range there. Often the dead bugs are taught, let's go full range. But often people don't have that range because they're so tight in the hips that when you go into that position, the lower back tends to arch. They're going, well, now we're just being the purpose of this exercise. So let's keep the back flat here in that position. And let's just drop the angle. So I go immediately in front of me. So now I've got myself a Swiss ball and the same thing. Now here in this position, I'm going to create a little bit of tension by slightly putting pressure between my knees and my hands. And now I'll go into the opposite sides. I now have a lot more of an isometric contraction going on because I can hold that like that. It's an isometric contraction. Obviously, we're not moving. And so from now, by putting a little bit of pressure between my hand and my knee, I now have a lot more pressure going on while doing this exercise. I'm going to go into a side plank position, but I'm going to go into a side plank and we can do like a clam. Okay, so here, lifting the leg up. I'm going to make sure that this is nice and straight. Okay, if I've got a huge dog leg going on in my body, that's not really beneficial at all because now I've lost great core strength coordination. So straighten ourselves up. Cool. We don't need to flare the ribs. Let's keep doing the line. And now I'm doing a straight lift through the glute med. Pretty important muscle there on the side. If it's too easy, well, we can simply extend the legs out further and further until we're in a full side plank. And now I'm doing a full leg raise like that. Okay, and we can go, I'm going to do 10 of these on one side, and then I'm going to switch around and do 10 on the other side.